This is what happens when a player shows who's boss in football. The world froze when Lionel Messi pulled this off at the Santiago Bernabeu in the last minute of the game.
It's Messi! Oh, again! The medicine man arrives and seats his...
But of course, Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't going to be left behind. The following season, he humiliated Barcelona, and to show Messi and the entire world that he's the real GOAT, the guy did this. After a 5-0 win against Real Madrid, look at Messi's swagger as he gets subbed off. Even Cristiano Ronaldo had to give it up for the Argentine. But the one who really steals the spotlight is Antony. This guy pulled this off mid-game and fooled everyone, even Manchester United. Balotelli showed who's boss in this classic. He decided the match with this goal and even sent a message to the whole world. And that wasn't the only time he did it. In a game for Italy, Balotelli scored a banger and struck this iconic pose to celebrate. And I've gotta say, Balotelli has real presence on the field. Just look at this goal he scored. This referee had more authority than a lot of players out there. The guy literally ran the show on the field. Mbappe stepped up in a World Cup final. The guy scored not one, not two, but 3 goals and almost single-handedly carried France to victory.
Well, we build it as the Mbappe-Messi show. Into the galaxy of greats!
It would have been an epic moment for the forward if Messi hadn't been on the field. The Argentine managed to outshine Mbappe and won the World Cup, proving once again why he is the GOAT. Now check out what Messi did to one of the best defenders in the world during a Champions League semi-final. Messi also showed who's boss in the United States. But one player put Messi in his place. We're talking about Franck Ribéry, who left the greatest of all time flat on the ground. And if there's one guy who can turn the game around, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's start with this goal that shows exactly why everyone at Real Madrid trusted the Portuguese star. And in that same game, he scored another one and sealed the victory. In an El Clasico, Ronaldo didn't just seal the win. He showed the entire stadium that he's the one who sets the pace of the game. The coach made sure to show his team just how determined he was to win the match. But if there's one coach who knows how to steal the spotlight, it's José Mourinho. The Portuguese legend did this for the cameras after being criticized by the fans. Early in his career, Walker proved he was a force to be reckoned with. This is how you show a forward that he's not gonna have it easy. Look at Henry's composure as he humiliates the defender. The guy can barely even touch him. But Henry's ultimate star moment was this free kick goal where he didn't even bother to celebrate. Vinicius Jr. showed why Real Madrid paid big money for him in this game against Manchester City. Neymar had to take a penalty against a goalkeeper who's nothing short of legendary, the highest-scoring goalkeeper in football history. And look at what Neymar did. Not a hint of nerves. The Borussia Dortmund fans created the most spectacular moment before a Champions League game.
The passion, the emotion, not just of those clad in yellow and black, but of 2,500 Malaga fans, most of whom have spent the day.
Now that's how you strike fear into your opponents. Speaking of Borussia, when Haaland scored 2 goals against Neymar's PSG, he pulled off one of the most epic celebrations ever. The only problem for him? Neymar got his revenge in a way that was just as legendary. The entire stadium laughed at Cristiano when he botched a dribble, but that only fired him up to prove he's the man. Check out this incredible goal he scored just minutes later, silencing the entire crowd. Zidane owned the 2006 World Cup, and it wasn't just because of that headbutt. He nailed this penalty goal during the World Cup final. Sergio Ramos became a Real Madrid legend in this game. The team was losing a final until the dying minutes when he did this.
Sensational finish! Sergio Ramos, the hero of the semi-final for Real Madrid.
This goalkeeper tried to challenge Van Dijk, and the defender made sure to show who's boss. Haaland pulled off something similar. After Onana kept provoking him, the striker made it clear who was in control of the situation. And no defender can intimidate the Norwegian. When this one tried to foul him, he's the one who ended up injured. Back to Van Dijk. Against Manchester United, the defender was completely in charge. Look at how he handled Bruno Fernandes in this play. Another defender who struck fear whenever he stepped onto the field was Marcelo. Seriously, just look at his swagger controlling the ball. Ibrahimovic is one of those players who just beats his chest and takes over games. Check out this stunning goal he scored. The guy was the king of the American League. But before him, it was David Beckham running the show in that country. Sturridge pulled off something similar. After scoring a masterpiece, he hit the cockiest pose ever. But if we're talking about cocky celebrations, Alexander-Arnold takes the crown. Look at what he did right in front of the opposing fans. When Cristiano Ronaldo left Real Madrid, Benzema had to step up and become the team's leader. And he proved it by single-handedly deciding a Champions League semi-final against Manchester City. Let's face it, the Portuguese star is the center of attention wherever he goes. Even a global artist like Dua Lipa was blown away by the presence of the GOAT. Even Ronaldinho Gaúcho knew that the true boss of the Milan team was Pirlo. The guy would just pull off goals like this out of nowhere for the Italian side. Drogba was the hero of the 2012 Champions League. He single-handedly took down Bayern Munich.
Against Neuer, a new name on the trophy, Chelsea are
Another forward who dominated a game was Lookman. The guy scored a hat-trick in a Europa League final.
And it's Ademola Lookman on a hat-trick!
And ended Bayer Leverkusen's incredible 51-game unbeaten streak in the process. You've gotta respect a player like that. Ziyech is Morocco's main man, and he showed why with this penalty. This player stayed ice cold in this moment. But he wasn't as impressive as this goalkeeper. Speaking of goalkeepers, this one got completely humiliated. Now check out what Cancelo did for Portugal's national team. Who even needs Cristiano Ronaldo, right? This player scored such an unbelievable goal that the opposing goalkeeper didn't even react. Van Gaal is one of the cockiest managers in football. When Messi celebrated a goal right in front of him, the Dutchman stared him down like this. And believe it or not, even a referee can pull off something epic when they want to. After all, they've got to show who's in charge on the pitch. Even Ibrahimovic applauded Cavani after this stunning goal. Look at the swagger of this goalkeeper as he dribbles past the opposing forward. Giovanni Dos Santos wowed the entire stadium with this incredible play. The guy showed he was on another level and completely embarrassed the opposing defense. Speaking of humiliating, Lucas Moura danced past his defenders and walked away like it was just another day at the office. Vardy stepped up big in this game and made sure to celebrate right in front of the opposing fans. What an attitude! And the best part? He did it after they started taunting his wife. Now check out what this referee did. Not only was he the ultimate authority on the field, but he also managed to humiliate the players. Another forward who always grabbed attention was Diego Costa. In this game, he completely embarrassed his opponent by telling him he smelled bad. Memphis Depay's celebration is pure genius. You can see the player's swagger every time he scores a goal. But some players are so iconic in their celebrations that it becomes their trademark, like Victor Gyökeres. Just imagine how the opponents feel walking into the stadium and seeing the entire crowd doing this in the stands. Ederson showed exactly why Pep Guardiola trusts him as his goalkeeper. Look at his composure in front of the opposing striker. Cristiano Ronaldo pulled off something legendary against Bayern Munich. He scored an incredible 15 goals in a single Champions League campaign, a record-breaking feat at the time, and he made sure to soak in every bit of that moment. Speaking of the Portuguese, he pulled off that legendary celebration after scoring a hat-trick. And years later, Garnacho simply copied his idol's celebration. Which one of the two was more incredible? Lukaku is another player who pulled off a historic celebration right in front of the Chelsea fans after scoring this goal. In another game, check out how the striker toyed with the entire defense before scoring a stunning goal. This right here is the ultimate thug life moment in football. The goalkeeper completely humiliated the opposing striker. But there's nothing cooler than not celebrating a brilliant goal. Take a look and you'll get what I mean. Actually, there's something just as cool, which is celebrating before you even score the goal. That's exactly what used to happen when Hazard was still playing. The guy would simply dominate games for Chelsea. Another guy who's got serious swagger is Pogba. His celebration after this stunning goal speaks for itself. But no player was more cocky than this kid right here, who straight up mocked one of England's most legendary players. This player exudes presence on the field even when he's getting up. Just look at the swagger. Ronaldo, a few pounds heavier, left this goalkeeper in the dust and proved to the world why he's the phenomenon. Douglas Luiz managed to provoke the opposing goalkeeper while pulling off an epic celebration. But just 20 minutes later, he got a revenge so epic it's hard to top. Speaking of revenge, click on the video popping up on your screen right now to check out the most epic paybacks in football.